Welcome to Season 4 of Being with Butterfly, the podcast that helps you cultivate a deeper relationship with yourself. Join Butterfly and her guests as they explore the beauty and complexity of the human experience. Gain insights and wisdom that will help you navigate life's challenges with grace and ease. Tune into Being with Butterfly, available now on all major platforms. Don't miss a single episode. For more information, visit www.kgpla.art. That's kgpla.art. So season 4, you guys, is about reflection, and I've been reflecting on a lot of the things that have come back to me in a way, like, to redo something is to like take it in again. So like reflecting on, as I'm moving from this energy of these endings for new beginnings, I'm doing this self-reflection. And as we talk about the other 3 seasons of this podcast is about, initiating that self-relationship and what that looks like and the steps that we take in order to have a healthy self-relationship or have that healthy relationship with ourselves. And so reflection is a part of that. And this past fall, I had the wonderful opportunity to be on Crystal's podcast. And the story that is there between us, the energy that connects us, right, is she was in my, I had a workshop at this place, beautiful house. That house was really beautiful, wasn't it, Crystal?
It was incredible.
And I did a crystal workshop, and she was one of the participants. And what a beautiful way, when you doubt yourself or I suffer from a lot of like imposter syndrome or whatever. So, but I learned that about myself in my reflections of my self-relationship. But Crystal reminded me, just stepping into our house, stepping into your gift, how stepping into something that you love to do can really impact people. And so now, she is doing what she has, her gifts. She's putting her gifts into the world, but just had, like, I think I mentioned to you that at that time that you had your throat chakra was, stagnant, had the stagnant energy. And now, like, to be where you are, like you're like you were just telling me, your business is growing, you're using your voice more. And what we don't understand, or what I hadn't understand before, was that when you reflect back, you realize that the people that you're helping is you.
Yes.
Like
you help yourself just through helping others.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. That you're attracting people because you're helping yourself. And that's one of the things I love about Reiki, is that when you do that type of energy, when you work with crystals and you work with Reiki, you're not only helping others, you're helping yourself. And that's what I love about that exchange. So Crystal, just, as we dive into this conversation today, tell my listeners, like, who you are and what you do, and a little bit about what you understand your self-relationship to be.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me on. I appreciate you always. My name is Crystal Odom. I am a Reiki master massage therapist, aromatherapist as well. So what I believe, or my understanding of self-relationship, would be connecting your mind and your body, always being aware, and regularly checking in with both of those. And it equals basic, like emotional stability and independence is what I would say. Because for me, it's been a process. It's been hard for me to learn how to self-care and to self-love and to have that self-relationship.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is because I've had to learn that. I've always given all of myself away. So I've had to learn as I'm growing, because I had nothing left to give anybody else. I had to learn to say no and start loving me and taking care of me and getting in touch with who I am and what I want, where I'm going, who am I helping, all of that. So that what I think would be self-relationship is. And I'm sure it's defined differently by each individual person and their story. So
yeah, and I think the common thread, and when I've asked this question, you know, of myself and just other guests on the show, that it has been this thing about setting boundaries and discovering that there was a part of us that was not thriving and was not going to thrive unless we really took authority over our lives or accountability for the lives we were creating. And part of that accountability is setting boundaries with others, but also with ourselves, to say like, hey, listen, I have to figure out how to, the stuff that I give other people, I have to figure out how to give that to myself. And not only give it to myself, but give it to myself first. And give it to myself in the way that I would give it to them. Give it to myself in a way that is loving, that is kind, that is compassionate, that is forgiving, you know, and because I know from personal experience, I'm very hard on myself. And which makes me, I could be judgy, I could be arrogant, I could be all the things that are detrimental, because when I then go back and look at that, I'm like, oh, look, you're such a bad person. It's like, no, well, why are you like that outwardly? Because you're like that inwardly, you know? And if we really want to build this, you know, build the lives that we want, I mean, like to really have different lives from what we've experienced or what we've witnessed, you know what I mean? Or even to evolve, right? We have to get in touch with who we are on the inside. What are our limiting beliefs? What are the things that we subconsciously think about ourselves that we're like, we're doing all the right things. But why am, you know, is this area not progressing? It may be something that is, you know, in our subconscious mind, that something we keep telling ourselves over and over and over that we don't even realize. And until you really like, and I cautioned people, you know, like in my earlier seasons, like self-relationship is not about going to the spa. It's not about getting your nails done. It's not about, you know, I mean, that could be a part of it, right? But it's not about.
Yeah, for some people that could be where it starts and then it just grows from there.
Right. But a lot of people that I know that, you know, it's surface things. It's not
I call that self-maintenance.
Yes. And self-maintenance is a part of self-care.
Self-care. Yeah.
Right. But it's not like, it's that chiseling away, that feeling, you know, when we start to tap into the things that don't feel good, then we want to stop at just the nails and the hair and the, you know, the outer, because that, you know, getting deep inside, understanding, listening to ourselves, like, because really that's what meditation is preparing us for. Meditation is preparing us to be able to be present always in everything that we do, because in Reiki, it's also important to be present, because you're attuning to this source, right? And you have to allow that energy to flow through you into them and back in. So you have to be completely present in order to do that. So when we deal with our self relationships, being present in that feeling of the discomfort of, ooh, I don't like that about me, or I want to change this thing, or the fear of what is unknown, like, I think for me at least, that is something that I had struggled with, that it took me such a long time to be at this point, to be like, I am going to really understand how I work and how I and why I do the things I do. I want to get to know myself so intimately that I want to understand, so that if I want to change something, if I don't like what I do, instead of continuing to beat myself up about it, I can just fix the behavior for myself.
And that's the thing, though. Once you start doing those things and seeing those things about yourself, you're not going to like it. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable, and you're like, oh, like you want to look away. You want to be like, I didn't know that. No, I don't want to deal with that. But you have to.
It's hard,
because you have to get past that in order to heal it. In order to heal it, you got to move through it.
Yeah.
So you got to move. You got to heal through the discomfort. Yeah.
Yep. What parts of yourself are you working on right now, and what areas are you growing in?
It's a big one. Well, to be honest, so I'm learning to balance between healing that little girl, the wounded child inside of me, who never felt safe, who never felt loved, who is emotionally neglected. And then learning how to balance and merge as an adult woman and calm the raging, pissed off teenager that just wants to rebel against everything. Like, with 2 fingers in the air top attitude, it's like, so I'm trying to learn and grow and heal all of those things and merge into who I am now. Protect that little girl, calm that anxious teenager that's full of rage. And I've been going, I'll be honest, I've been going to therapy probably since like a year after my mom died. So about 2019, because I couldn't get past the grief and the depression. And I think a lifelong trauma and will do that to someone. When you constantly grow up to where you put everyone else first, and you take care of everyone else, you get burnout, whether it's emotionally or spiritually, physically, all of it. I was just done. I was either going to have a nervous breakdown and hurt myself or hurt someone else, or I was going to seek help. And so I sought help. But I had to sit in that, because I didn't want to do that. It's not what I wanted to do. But, I was at a point in my life where all I did was give. And so I've taken time to learn how to fill my own cup up. I can't heal anybody or be a vessel to heal someone and let that energy flow through me when I'm not even working on myself to heal myself. How can I be preaching these things to other people when I'm not even doing it myself? So that's where I'm at. That's what I've been trying to do. And it's been a process. And there's lots of times that I don't like what I see about myself, or, when I figure out certain things about, well, this is why I do this. This happened to me as a child, and this made me feel this way, and this is why I do this, and this is why I act out this way. I don't always like those things. but I have to see it and recognize it and own it in order to change it.
Yeah.
So,
listening to you, when you talk about the little girl and the teenager and like being what you say you are, like living the life, like actually putting into practice what you share with others, what you're being led to share with others. Because, I mean, like for me, at first, I didn't even want to do this. I was like, okay, ancestors, spirit, y'all, what? You want me to do what? Okay, no, you want me to tell them what? I mean, I would be in the middle of a Reiki session, like, and then something would just drop in my spirit. Say this. You want me to ask them that? You want me to tell them that? Okay. And then I would say it and they would be like, well, why did you ask me? Because, and then it would be a story that would come up for them and it would be a healing thing. And I was like, oh, okay, I have to learn to trust this. But you're right. Like you cannot, it's only so far you're going to get, right? Until you practice what you preach for real, you're only going to get to a point with your clients, in your practice. Like if you really want to be a true healer, you have to heal. You have to do the work. What you say is so true. And I think I was afraid for a long time. I was afraid because, some people don't react really well to certain things, And
girl,
so
I know
like,
I've been called a witch, a voodoo, whatever. And I used to, I was scared to talk about it for years. I was so scared. So I know where you're coming from.
Yep. I'm like, but in order to perfect, I don't like to use that word perfect, but hone in on those skills, on those gifts, right? We have to chisel away at our own pain, at our own, whatever. Cause I thought at one point it was my 4-year-old self running it. Then I thought, well, maybe it was 2-year-old me because I remember different, traumas. And then come to find out through readings and everything, it was my 10-month-old me. I was like, what?
Yes.
The baby. Okay.
Girl, I did a past life regression one time. And I remember feeling the sadness and the sorrow in my mother's womb, and being a baby. I knew I was a healer when I was in the womb, because when I felt her heartbreak and her sadness, she was listening to a song. And when I heard the song in the womb and I felt her emotions and then I heard her cry, I immediately in the womb, I put my hands up and I remember sending her love. It was crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. That past life regression was amazing for me.
And listen, this is why I do what I do, because I love these, this is the type of stuff I live for, like to hear and to for you to share that with me and to understand and know that is happened and is possible, like that my mind, that our minds are so open and connected that we can allow these experiences for ourselves. This is why I do what I do. This is why I chose this life. To be real and to experience all of it, the magic of it, because because otherwise life is boring. This is why I choose healing every day, even I'll take it because it's more exciting than being asleep. And not knowing and stuck in repetitive cycles that I don't even recognize.
I know there's so many days that I'm just like, oh my God, when am I going to be done? When am I going to be healed? And I'm like, and then this message, this voice, inner self drops in, never. Not till you, what are you thinking? Shut up. Quit complaining. It's like, you know better than to ask that.
Right. Right. It's like it's continuous work, I mean, but it's the joy is how you figure out how to enjoy that work, and
Yeah.
um I love it seeing the people like when, because a lot of people still, as much people as, know about Reiki and know about all of that. And they may even do yoga and do stuff, but when you say, would you like me to give you Reiki? Like I'll have some friends and they're like, oh, I'm having a problem with my knee or whatever. So would you like me to, or I need a hug. I'm having a sad day. I'm like, well, would you like me to, give you some Reiki?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, okay. And then when I do it, they're like, wow, that was, that was good. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's real. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and
real.
you can do it too. Like any of us can do it. And I'm not doing anything. You're doing it. I'm just a vessel,
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask this other question. Okay. What makes you smile?
It's the little things in life, like first sip of coffee. When I wake up and hear the birds in the morning outside my window, that makes me smile. Anytime I see my kids smile or laugh, if I hear them laughing or something, that hits my heart and I light up. It's the little things like that in life.
Yeah. I sometimes I when I think about my kids and think about, I know my mom, she did the best she can with what she had, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think but what makes me smile is that I'm able to give my children the life that I didn't have as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I get to be what I wanted in a mother to them. And to see them be able to come to me and knowing that if I don't have what they need, I can get it for them, or I can show them how to get it for themselves, and that we just have that like really good, honest relationship, like it's they can tell me how they feel and I'm not going to take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
And we can have a conversation about it, you know what I mean? Like it's, yeah.
I love that with my children.
Yeah.
They
sounds
talk
like
to me about just the fact that your children can come to you and talk to you about how they feel is very, very important. Because my kids, they'll both, I might have to talk to, like, ask them, to get them started, but then they'll share. And that's good, because you have to have somebody, you need to have somebody that you talk to. And if you can have at least, one good parent that you can open up to, I think that's absolutely incredible, because most people don't ever have that.
And it teaches them how to be friends. I mean, we are the first relationship, I struggle with that when people say, oh, parents and children can't be friends. And I'm like, but how else do we teach them to interact with other people? Because we're their first everything. We're their first friend. We're their first caregiver. We're their first, loves, in a sense. We teach them how to be in relationship with other people. I mean, I wouldn't say that, like, I just want to, I do like hanging out with my kids, but I do hang out with them different than my friends. But,
right. Yeah.
but what we like in our friends is that we can come and talk to them, right? And tell them and be our full real selves. That's what we like about our friends. So I like to offer that to my children. Like, you can bring your whole, no matter what you've done, you can bring your whole full self to me. And I'm going to see you. I'm going to, do my best to see you and give you what you need in that moment. Because that's what a friend does, right? And that's what I tell my sons. When you marry someone, you want to marry someone who sees you, that they can be your friend. Are you ready to make a change in your life to feel better, healthier, and more connected to the world around you? Introducing Intentionally, the 90-day guide to veganism that focuses on a holistic way of being. With Intentionally, you'll learn how to transition your home, body, mind, and spirit, and deepen your connection with the world around you. Whether you're just starting out on your vegan journey or looking to take your practice to the next level, Intentionally has everything you need to live a more mindful and compassionate life. Visit www.kgpla.art to get your copy of Intentionally today and start living your best life the vegan way.
Send positive vibes, even though things are tough. Try. Don't look at what's in front of you. Just keep the faith, you'll make it through. You're not alone. I'm always near. I'm here. Good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. Yeah. Good energy. Yeah. It's a good day. I'm sending positive vibes. Positive vibes. Your way. Good energy. Good day. It's a good day. It's a good day. Yeah. Good energy. Yeah. It's a good day. I'm sending positive vibes. Positive vibes. Your way. Good energy. If you got one moment, let me put this in your ear. I know it seems like it's impossible, but let me make it clear. Yeah, you are not defeated. You are gonna win, but you gotta fight, and the sun will shine again. Oh, yeah. You have breath, you gotta chance. Don't give up. You gotta try. As long as you wake up, even though you had enough, you gotta try.
You are listening to Being with Butterfly. I'm Kay Butterfly Smith, a healing planetary being, and I'm your host. Thank you for listening. So, that I forgot the question, but I got off into that. Yes, but we were talking about what makes us smile.
What makes you smile? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you love most about yourself?
Probably be my heart or my spirit, because I have kind of like that. You tell me not to do something, I want to do it. Like as a child, because my youngest is that way too, and it drives me crazy to be his parent as a child to have that. But I look at him and I see that part of me that's like that too, and I'm like, you're going to be awesome adult because nobody's going to tell you what to do or how to do it. but
you're
yeah,
going to be free.
Through everything, I just, no matter what I've been through, I've always been kind and I've always been nice. And I love that about myself. That, because my life could have been a completely different story. And I could have went a completely different way. But through kindness, I think I just admire that about myself. My kindness and my compassion and my heart and spirit, I guess.
Yeah. And I, just to the listeners out there, kindness should never be taken for weakness. Kind people, because it's a choice. Kindness is a choice. It's like,
oh, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I have horrible bitchy thoughts. I want to be mean.
Man.
Sometimes my first thought is to be mean because that teenager inside me, but that's not, at the end of the day, that's not who I want to be.
Yeah. I know that there, just so many people, because I know growing up as a kid, I was always that nice kid. I like to hug people for whatever reason. I've been that way my whole life. And I that kindness gets mistaken, and I'll fight. When I was, because I don't like being accused of something I didn't do. Because there was a lot of stuff I did that I own up to. So don't accuse me of something, because I will admit it. Even though I get in trouble, I'll admit it. But don't accuse me of something I didn't do, because then that's a whole nother.
See the crazy come out.
That's a whole nother. That's my teenager was, got in a lot of fights because people were trying to lie on me or tell me, say I did stuff that I didn't do. So I would fight to prove, to take up for my honor. Because no, you're not gonna I'm gonna fight for my own honor. I will do that.
Every fight I was ever in as a kid was pretty much because I was defending someone else. Or because a guy slapped me on the butt. That was always the reason. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I went Tasmanian devil on a few guys when I was in middle school. Yeah. What ways do you show love to yourself?
Well, every day I wake up, and my son actually got in trouble this morning for this because he stayed home, so he interrupted my morning routine. But every morning I get up and I make my coffee, and first, let me back up. First, before my feet hit the floor, I say thank you. And then I take a deep breath, and then I get out of bed and I start my coffee. And I just love the smell of coffee, and then the first taste is amazing. And then once the kids get off to school, I lay on the couch and I play the Tibetan singing bowls, and I just listen to that and I meditate. Whatever clients are coming in that day, I send them some Reiki. That's pretty much what I do. And I light a candle every day for whatever's going on in my life. for prayer, meditation, whatever I'm working on in the moment, you know.
It's beautiful.
Those are the daily things that I do to love myself, and routine things.
Yeah, I understand about that coffee, honey. I can smell coffee, and it's like I'm being lulled. I love the smell, the taste. I love everything about coffee. I love every single, and I hate bad coffee. Like if you make me a bad cup of coffee, I will never trust you again. I don't want to come back to your place. If it's watered down, I hate watered down.
Oh God, I hate watered down coffee. That's why I hate McDonald's. Their coffees, it tastes like coffee flavored water to me. I'm like,
man. No. I used to go to River City all the time because he could make a mean cup of coffee. Let me see. What could you do today that you didn't know you were capable of a year ago?
Be a guest on a podcast, much less have my own. So that's huge. Because remember when like you said, when we met and I went to your class, you're like, your throat, like you just immediately, you started coughing, you were all choked up, and you're like, your throat, like you need to talk, girl. I was like,
I remember that.
I did, because I had all these thoughts and all these things and ideas, and there was things in my relationships in my life that I wasn't expressing. And when you touched me and you started choking, I was like, God, if that ain't a sign. I'm gonna kill this girl I just met.
I remember that. Oh wow.
It's been fun. There was I started teaching massage CE classes, and I'm very grateful because one of the ladies, she also could sense that, I had issues, talking and expressing. And so she was like, girl, get your butt up and sit right here in the middle of the room. And she made me sit there and talk. And I was just like, I almost cried. Like, it was so bad. And it's the weirdest thing, because when I was a teenager, I had no anxiety. I was not afraid of anything or anyone. Yeah. And then just as an adult, I developed this fear of really talking and expressing who I really was. And so, I don't know, 40 just hits different. I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to do me, you do you.
I mean, we all go through that. I have a hard time. People are so shocked because I'm an actress, right? And so they're like, well, you get in front of thousands of people, hundreds of people, and you do. Those are lines for somebody else in a character that I portray. That is not
right.
me. That is not me. So I have a hard time. Now, as a child, I didn't so much, but as I got older, I don't even, I don't know when it happened where I don't know if it's when I started dating men, like to have my voice be, because it's a form of acceptance. Sometimes I'll catch myself agreeing with stuff that I'm like, I don't want to do that. Oh, okay. Because you're trying to people please. Oh, girl, don't do that. We passed that. We're 52. We don't have to do that anymore. Right. Okay. I don't have to do that. Okay. I don't want to do that. But you just said, I changed my mind. Because people pleasing was such a habit. It was such an involuntary response for me. And it was more so adult. So I guess once I left kids, that, being around children and, you transform into adult, you're around more adults, you're around bosses and, you have people over you all the time. So you have to do things to please them, in order to keep your job. And, when I became a mother, it was like, well, I have to tolerate these things because I have to support this human. So and so over time, I think that's what happened that's what happened with my voice, was that it was like, yeah, no. And now it's like, wait a minute. First of all, I'm going to work for myself. So I don't have that issue. And then when I meet someone on to do something, it will be like in a partnership role and not where you are lording over me, or I don't want to lord over anybody. Like,
yeah, that would not be for me. And I get in the habit when when I am working for other people, I become a workaholic. I get addicted to punching the clock. I want to overwork, and I don't know why I do that. I don't know why. But the last time I worked for Massage Envy, I did that. Like, I just become addicted to working. And so it's not good for me to punch a clock, because then I'll never want to leave work.
And it's strange that you put it that way, because I totally received that what you said, because I will work twice as hard for somebody else than I will for myself.
Right?
Like, isn't that crazy?
Oh yeah, like
that is so
I had
crazy.
the highest sales when I worked at Massage Envy. Working part-time, I could outsell people that worked, 6-7 days a week. And that became my thing. Like, I was always trying to be the best. Like, I'm only here half the time, but I want to be the best, like,
yeah.
Who cares? Like, what's wrong with me? It's only part-time. Yeah. It's not my main job. Why did I care? I don't know.
Why? I know.
I wanted them to be happy. I wanted them to like me. I wanted them to feel like, oh, we can depend on Crystal. We can count on Crystal, because I grew up, even as a child, people looking to depend on me. And so that was the role. So I guess that's why I just easily slip into it and want to be that person. So I've had to learn how to say no.
That was my thing that I, like up until a year ago, like learning to say no, like really being intentional about saying no was very hard for me. Like, that is something about myself that I didn't know I was capable of doing, is saying no and meaning no and not feeling bad about it. Because even if I said no, then I would go back and, let me see if I can, and it's like, no, I can't do that. Or no, I don't want to do that, or whatever the no is. And then just be like, no, I'm not going to. Because if my spirit was telling me no, I have to honor that. And because that causes disease. When you go against your spirit so much, you're telling yourself you don't matter. Right. How your gut instincts, how you feel, and I know for me, I used to feel that in my heart chakra, and then up in here, like it would get like that tight, like the muscle would, I don't know, do something weird.
Almost like a spasm.
Yes, absolutely, like a spasm.
Yeah.
And I had to take a look at that. I was like, no. I have to say no. I have to be able to tell people that I can't, that I will not be able to do this. And it doesn't mean that I wouldn't compromise at another, especially if it was like a date or something like that, or but like if it just went, it just depends on where it landed in my body. Of what the no meant. But I discovered that, a year ago, I had a hard time, and I had to work on that. I had to sit in that for a while and was like, and not be mad at myself because this was yet another way that I was people pleasing. So I had to not beat myself up about the fact that you're still doing it. And be like, you know what? No, yeah, but look, you discovered another way that you were doing it. So yay for you. Yes. I had to change that whole conversation. So I love the way I talk to myself now. I'm so much more gentler with myself. I'm so much more kinder to myself. Because I realized at one point I'm kind of the strangers that I meet on the street.
Girl, I know it. Yes. And they say you are your worst critic. It's absolutely true for me. Like and through therapy, I've discovered that because I wasn't praised as a child, I didn't have that positive reinforcement or encouragement or anything like that. Like no matter how good I do, I don't think it's ever good enough. I am always telling myself, oh, I hate this, or I could have done this better, or no, I shouldn't have done this, or I should have done that. Like even if it's fine, or if it's good, or if it's great, it doesn't matter. I will critique it and beat myself up about it because I never had that as a child, so I don't know what that's like. So that's all I'm ever doing, I guess, because I don't know, maybe because I was always seeking a parent or an adult to praise and do those things, and I never got it. So I just kept beating myself up. I'm not sure. I haven't figured that part out yet, but I will.
Yeah. I was raised around a lot of older people. So you had to be, when you were in the house with older people, you had to sit a certain way, be a certain way. You don't touch this because this could break. If you break it, it was so learning it, learned that I had a lot of anxiety around other people's things or being in other people's homes or whatever. So yeah, that, man. If you could grant one wish for yourself, what would it be?
See, I wrote that down. Where well, other than being more tech savvy, because I'm not, I'd probably have to say it would be being more comfortable with and confident within myself and my abilities. Because I'm just not, like I said, even if I do good or something, I'm just, beating myself up about it. But that would probably be the one thing for myself that I would do, or that I would want. And I'm constantly working on it. I do daily affirmations. I've spent the last several years trying to rewire my brain instead of, oh, you're overweight, or oh, you're fat, or oh, you're stupid, oh, you're constantly saying those things. I've learned to give myself compliments, give myself love. This body gave me 2 beautiful, healthy children. I survived. Through all of this, I'm here. I'm happy. I'm beautiful. Rewiring all of that reprogrammed crap throughout my life. It takes time. It takes time.
Yeah, I resonate with that about, loving. My weight has always gone up and down. And looking at my body in the mirror, I said the other day, you had 2 beautiful, healthy babies. Yay, thank you. Just, showing my body some gratitude. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I had, growing up, my father in particular, he would always say, something about my weight, or he would, make fun of a mark or a mole on my nose, or he, I was a tomboy, or he'd say something about my scars. Nobody's going to love you if you have all these scars on you. So it was constantly something that I was looking at or picking out, or,
Yeah, people don't realize, a lot of adults, especially when they talk to children, they don't realize the things that they say to them and how that impacts them. My ex-mother-in-law one time told my youngest was like a toddler, and he was playing with the dog's tail, and he didn't know that the dog could, snap at him. And she was like, "You so bad, you so bad." come here with your bad self. And I said, don't tell him he's bad. Don't do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know, you just tell him not to do that, or hit the dog, tell him the reaction that will happen if he pulls the dog's tail, but don't tell him that he's bad. And she got upset with me because I said that, but I'm like, I will not allow anybody to put those, because I had a cousin who used to tell me, come here, you little butterball with your little fat self. And here I am, 4 years old, 5 years old, with a complex about being fat my whole life. Like, I remember, like, last night I was just thinking about, dang, I used to drink Slim Fast as a kid to try to lose weight. That's crazy.
Oh, I did that, and the Dexatrim, and
yeah,
Yep.
because the adults were telling me I was fat, and I was just, if it was fat, it was baby fat, but it was just, but that's not what you tell a child, because
Right.
you don't know where their mind is.
Well, by the time I was a teenager, I ended up developing eating disorders, and that was something, that I recently discovered. Well, not recently, but last year. I just decided, because I was tired of always looking in the mirror and always saying these negative things, and I just told myself, I was like, that's it. I'm not going to care. I'm going to let myself gain weight. I'm going to eat whatever I want, anytime I want. I don't care. And every time I walk by that mirror, I'm going to say, you're beautiful. I love you. You're beautiful. I love you. You're beautiful. I love you. And I've done that for a year. And even though I'm at the biggest I've ever been, I don't care. I love myself. Like, I point out these beautiful things. And so, but it's been a healing process for me. Like we were saying, you have to rewire that. But our parents, they only know and only did the best that they knew how. They gifted us all these things that they didn't even know they were even doing. And I'm probably doing some things to my kids that I have no idea that I'm doing.
I mean, nobody's perfect. We
all do the best that we can.
We all do the best that we can. Yep. What is something that you would like to share with the listeners about working on themselves, or working on their, something that you've, gained, or something you would like to impart to them about, working on their self-relationship, that you would like to share with them?
Anything that brings you joy, do that. Like, if it's listening to poetry, if it's listening to music, I discovered that one of my things that I absolutely love that brings me such healing, and I actually connect with spirit when I do it, is just dancing. Like, when the kids are gone and I turn on the music and I just start dancing, and then I just start feeling spirit move through me. I start feeling these things, and I get these visions or these emotions, or, whatever may happen. I have no idea, but I just start getting into it and feeling it, and it's just blossoms into something beautiful. And it makes me glow. So I just do it whenever the feeling strikes. I just get in my body grooving. But anything that brings you a spark of joy, just find it and do it, and let that grow from there. Find something else and let that grow into something else.
That's beautiful. Well, Crystal, thank you so much for joining me today with Being with Butterfly. And thank you for sharing about your self-relationship and parts of your life that may touch someone else's life. And I look forward to, like us working together in some capacity, even though we're in 2 different time zones, but figuring that out. Because I think that the universe has connected us for a reason. And I just, it was just to be on each other's podcast, but, I'd like to explore to see, where else we can be beneficial in each other's lives. So
I'm excited to see where it leads us.
Yes. So I wish you the best. And
Too.
thank you so much for sharing yourself with our listeners.
Thank you for having me on. I love it. Thanks.
Take care.
Good day. You too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to Being with Butterfly. We hope you enjoyed our show. Please share, like, and subscribe. Being with Butterfly was brought to you by KGPLA. KGPLA is a cooperative for creatives. KGPLA. Seed ideas, plant dreams, fuel lives.